Johnny, first question I had for Jayad, I'll ask you, what was the process of balancing coming back for a super senior year versus moving on to the real world? What went into that, and what led you to want to come back to play for one more year at Liberty?
Well, personally, I definitely felt like once they allowed us to have an extra year to play, I already knew in my head that I was planning to come back for another season. I mean, thinking about going to the pros and stuff, yeah, it was a thought, but mainly I was thinking about coming back as soon as they announced that we had an extra year.
So being able to come back, I mean, you have transitioned to a new position. Wanting to come back and be in this culture, does it also benefit that you get another year, another more tape playing at the tight end position? That if you do want to go pro, they have more ability to evaluate you more thoroughly at the position if that's where you end up playing?
Definitely, because I still have a lot of things I need to improve on, especially like when it comes to like the blocking aspect of the game and blocking bigger DNs and stuff like that. So it definitely helped them get more film on me and stuff, especially with some of the good teams that we play in this upcoming season. So definitely.
Talked about making the decision to come back pretty quickly, pretty easily. I think I saw that on social media as well. Shortly after the Cure Bowl, you made a post on Twitter about it. Were you trying to convince some other guys to do the same thing, or I mean, how much were you, working on some of your teammates? Like, hey guys, come on back. Let's see if we can do something even more special.
Right. I talked to like a couple of the seniors and stuff like way before the Cure Bowl, like way before we even started playing the season, and see how they felt about it. And most of them, just like on offense, we had like a lot of returning seniors come back and stuff. They all felt the same way I felt, but I just put it on Twitter just to let everybody know that I was coming back. It wasn't no thought about going to the NFL.
And Johnny, what's been the biggest? You don't need the reps this spring, according to Coach Freeze. So what's this spring going to be like for you? Being able to get the reps you need to stay in shape, but more importantly, get your body in the best shape possible so you're ready to go come first week of September.
I've definitely been in the training room, like working on like my hips and stuff and things of that nature. But I've also been helping the young guys out come along and learn the tight end position because we have like a lot of stuff that we need to like learn, especially like when it comes to blocking, running routes, and all that. We all need to get better. So it's definitely been great, like trying to help the younger guys come along and join our culture.
Heard some good things about Trevor Hobbs. Sorry, Damien. Trevor Hobbs last year, I think, got some attention, but he was maybe a little banged up at the beginning of the year. What have you seen from him in spring ball up to this point, and how is he coming along with his development?
Trevor's definitely a good player. He got great size for the tight end position, and he's just been just coming along very well, especially when it comes to blocking, running routes, and things of that nature. He's been coming along very well.
A guy that can be a difference maker, you think, here in a
Of
year or two?
of
Or, I
course,
mean,
of
yeah.
course, all of us can.
You look at the tight end group with you and Stetson more in particular, and you guys are being worked outside. You're working at the traditional tight end spot. How much of this spring is going to be spent for you balancing working with the outside group, maybe able to run with some out there, plus also figuring out what you can do with the tight end position along with Stetson.
Well, we've both been doing like routes like one on ones, 7-on-7, things of that nature, playing like outside receiver and stuff like that. And it's just giving us a little bit of chemistry just in case they decide to put me or Stetson out there with the quarterbacks and stuff like that. So that's how we've been taking care of that.
Have you watched a lot of film of like an Evan Ingram or those guys that Hugh Freeze has used, flexed out in the past to maybe have an idea of what you may be asked to do if you have to line up outside?
Of course, and I also watch like our receivers on film just to see how they work and stuff like that. Like I study they one on ones, see the type of releases and stuff that they use on those on the corners and stuff. So definitely.
How much of that is between picking the brain of Ben Agamala there at tight end? How much do you work with maybe Maurice Harris to work on that stuff? So that way, if you do line up outside, your technique, footwork, everything, release, all that stuff is able. you're able to perform at that position?
Well, it started last year when I played like outside a little bit to block, run a couple routes and stuff like that. So we have some individual periods and things like that where I go and Coach Maurice Harris helps me out with releases, hands, and things of that nature.
Is football any different this year, or have you guys pretty much gotten used to all the COVID protocols, mask wearing, and all that kind of stuff, or does it have a different feel than it maybe normally would?
It don't really have a different feel. I think we adjusted pretty well to wearing the mask all the time and just social distancing from everybody, going to class, not around everybody, and just showing up to practice and everything like normal.
Is there anything you're trying to work on at this point? I mean, not getting as many reps like Damian said. I mean, are you taking mental reps? I mean, what are you doing as a veteran now to prepare yourself for where you need to be in August?
Definitely like studying a lot of film. Definitely on myself when it comes to the blocking aspect of the game. I don't want to say the routes come easy, but it's like more natural to me for routes and stuff. So I need to work on my blocking more than I do routes and stuff.